Applying pressure to the pedal breaking. Lord know we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people, we been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum that can't be replicated. Get medicated, this that Psalms 107 ain't it? We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs, can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron, but we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs, I'm resuscitated. Precepts, the only P we pushing in this heat, hitting harder than the desert eagle bullet. Hit the earth with the line, let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind, heard this word and we forsook 'em. All in Memphis, no more rent, we raising up to 12. They say the truth hurts, so we labor and travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale, talking truth, taking the kingdom in the gates of wicked hell. And I just been seeing the dreamers, I know that they lying, they here to come test us. Keep proving to see if we got what it take, or to see if you mess up. But they say got the leasing, for too long we been sleeping. Too far out the deep end, so they come been creeping. Rather listen to pastors who take all the money and split with the deacons. I've been moving with prophets with boots on the ground, we been breaking the cement. And they just been lying every time they talking to us. I don't give a damn what they say. We don't bend, don't break. If they get in the way, then you know that we walking through them. Jew and I can prove it. Real Jew and I. Blacks and Hispanics, this for you and I. Huh? Real Jew and I can prove it. Chosen, not recruited. Not the average human, they might label me a mutant. When you speak the truth, the Jewish media polluted. Making silence a canon, but the prophets can't be muted. We undisputed. Prophecy can't be refuted. Great mysteries, we break them down and make them lucid. Wake them up from snoozing, but they paint us as a nuisance. Long as they pulling strings, the trauma gon' be acoustic. Illusion of inclusion, rebellion and confusion. Mix it all together and you got a strong delusion. That's why Charles Barkin, Shackton, a fool and cooning. A couple stars talking, got a panicking and fuming. Make room for the real priests, we know what we doing. Truly battle tested with the oracles, we fluent. Disciple means student, must study to be rooted. Better get with the movement or be noodles when them nukes hit. Bow! Real Jew by blood. Real Jew by blood, man. How the hell can I be anti-Semitic when Christ look just like me, dog? Stop playing with me. Jacob's kingdom's on the way. It ain't a single act of the following. Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, better acknowledge it. Real Jews back in the building, back by the sun. We be black into the ground like historically black colleges. Jim Dropper, glorious, we like the warriors. Consultation with the elders, speak with the oracles. This God talk, this that high level of consciousness. Common sense tell you blood and my fathers come with some consequence. The recompense of your nonsense equates to this. Revelation 13 for you and all your accomplices. We about to abide in this. Imagine it, a kingdom with a pressure to the pedal breaking. Lord know we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people, we been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum that can't be replicated. Get medicated, this that Psalms 10780. We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs, can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron, but we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs, I'm resuscitated. Precepts, the only P we pushing in this heat. Hitting harder than the desert eagle bullet. Hit the earth with the line, let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind, heard this word and we forsook 'em. All in Memphis, no more rent, we raising up to 12. They say the truth hurt, so we labor and travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale. Talking truth, taking the kingdom in the gates of wicked hell. Can't fail. Truth got my mind, I'm feeling renewed every day. Giving sight to the blind, it's something we do every day. And I don't care if what I'm saying make you feel away. Yeah, let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Let's talk truth. Yeah, hear what I'm saying. Let's go inside the book. Let me go make it plain.
Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk Truth. Now you got myself, Officer Emmanuel, to my right.
Officer Baruch.
To my left.
Officer Jonah.
To my far left.
Officer Hezekiah.
All praise to the Most High God.
That's
As y'all can see, man, you know,
We
done stepped it up a notch, man.
Yes,
All praise to the Most High
sir.
God. I don't know if y'all was paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got a new theme song.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? We got uniformity.
Right?
We got a backdrop.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Little Arkansas coming up in the game, man.
all praise.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High God, man. But as y'all can see, man, the topic for the day probably gonna get in trouble, all right? So make sure y'all subscribe to IUIC Arkansas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Follow us on all the platforms. You never know which one we might have to, resort to after this week. But Lord's willing, man, you know. We fly under the radar. You know what I'm saying? But all praise to the Most High. Get Psalms 85 and 11 real quick. Just so they can know what this show is all about, what we doing, all right? It's prophetic. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 85 and verse 11.
Come on.
Truth shall spring out of the earth.
What did the Bible say?
Truth shall spring out of the earth.
Read.
And righteousness shall look down from heaven.
So in the last days, the times that we living in is flooded by lies. You understand? It's flooded by, the narratives that the media want to push out about our people. They control the narrative. You understand? And they got the power to do that. The power in their hand to devise all this iniquity. But guess what? Their power does not trump the power of God.
That's
the power of prophecy. The Lord said in the last days, truth gonna spring out of the earth to help the Israelites come back to their true nationality despite all the crafty counsel they've been taking against us.
That's
guess what
right.
our job is to do? To talk about it.
That's right.
Let's talk truth.
You
all
got
right?
to.
So I'll pray to the Most High. So as y'all can see, man, the topic, put the thumbnail up on the screen real quick. The truth about Amalek in basketball. So they got a history with basketball, you understand, and they got a presence with basketball.
Right. They do.
And we're going to talk about it today because a lot of people have been unaware. A lot of people don't realize why the chess pieces moving how they moving right now. You understand? It's because who in the seat of power. And y'all gonna learn, man, these folks speaking out, they not crazy. Message. And the fact that they saying this stuff and the backlash that they receiving behind it is proving the accuracy of what they saying.
Right.
You gotta be blind not to see that. You understand? You gotta be kind of slow not to think to come to that realization. Right. If what they were saying was BS, why are the people that they talking about getting them, you know what I'm saying, all these major L's financially? You understand? Socially?
Right.
I mean, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I say, hey.
Especially since over the course of sports history, it's been way worse things that have went on. whether it's physical altercations, whether it's Dennis Rodman coming out just like a full-blown drag queen, anything, it's never an issue. When they speak on the truth, it's a problem.
Exactly. All right, so let's see the reason for the season real quick, man. Pull up the first Kyrie clip. Why this brother going through what he going through. We're just going to play a couple of minutes of each one. Play that.
And it's a title given to Christ, Philippians 2:11. And my name translates in the Hebrew language as Yahweh. So I went on the Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh. That came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community. And what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote any part of it.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I could talk about the game and go home to my son, Elohim, and my wife, Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so I
We're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I am no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not? Everybody posts everything else. You saw the word nigger going up on Twitter, right? I don't hear uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal? Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal?
So the brother, before, the first person had the rebuttal question, he explained his stance pretty clearly.
Clear.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no racist stuff. I embrace all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to inquire about Yahweh. I was wondering if Amazon Prime had any documentaries about Yahweh.
Right.
I typed in Yahweh. That's what came up on Amazon Prime, which is owned by Jeff Bezos. Right. Not a black man, not a cult. You understand? Not a hate group. Amazon Prime owned by billionaire Jeff Bezos. I typed in Yahweh, that came up. I checked it out. I shared the link. Didn't post no caption. Nothing. And that was it. You understand? And then, he had to explain his stance even more. And then it led to that statement. I mean, what did I do? What was wrong? Was it illegal? What? You know what I'm saying? So, but all right. After this, it only got worse for the brother. Now go to the next clip. And I guess this little interview or conversation right here was the straw that broke the camel back. What you were finna say?
I was gonna say, in their eyes, it was illegal. He wasn't supposed to do that in their eyes. So you can go ahead and play.
Silver looking to meet in person with Kyrie Irving next week. Now, this comes in the wake of Irving's social media post about a book and movie that includes anti-Semitic material. Irving and the Nets yesterday releasing a joint statement pledging to each donate $500,000 to anti-hate causes. Kyrie Irving speaking moments ago. Here it is new on SportsCenter.
With a week of hindsight, are you sorry for the hurt that your post caused people?
I'll take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So, take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or were you not apologizing?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you don't believe represent your laws?
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball, I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things. Because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that is believing in that. So it's unfortunate timing that we're in, but I'm glad that I could stand on the truth, because I'm not afraid of these mics, these cameras. I used to be looking everyone in the eye and telling them the truth. and I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I studied.
Hey!
I know the Oxford Dictionary. You look it up, right?
All praise to the Most High. He said, any label that you put on me, I can dismiss it.
Damn!
I read the dictionary. I know what anti-Semitic mean. I don't qualify as that. Nothing that I've done qualifies as that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can read now, Massa, in other words. Right?
That's right.
But let's see what happened following this interview. Put up that first image. See what happened with this brother, man. So, the brother was suspended for a minimum of 5 games, right? Meaning, hold on, wait, I don't want it on the screen yet. So, meaning, minimum 5 games, meaning regardless of what you do, you still going to sit out 5 games without pay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to come back after the 5 games, you have a criteria you must meet. Put that on the screen. And this is official. This is real. Put that on the screen. Read that.
Nets requirement for Kyrie Irving. He must complete to return to the team. Apologize. Condemn movie.
Stop. So the brother done already apologized. Like, listen, I acknowledge is some stuff in the movie that's unfortunate and untrue.
Right.
And I don't stand by that. So I apologize to those that was offended by that portion of the movie that I shared. But notice what's behind that slash.
They want that.
He has to condemn the movie. Why the hell they ain't telling Jeff Bezos that? Why they ain't forcing Jeff Bezos to get up there and condemn the movie and apologize for putting it on his platform?
Damn.
Why they ain't making Shaq sit up there and condemn and shut down his theater that showed the damn movie?
Hey, that's...
But
Damn.
he gotta condemn. Think about that.
Hey.
Get Isaiah 29:21 real quick. We gotta examine this. I'm just focused on the first bullet right now. Condemn the movie. The title of the movie is Hebrews to Negroes. Do y'all honestly think if he made a movie, if he shared a movie that said Moors, Kemetic community, Nation of Islam, you think they would have made him condemn it?
Hell no.
But the fact that it's given a notion that the so-called blacks in America are the Israelites.
That's
You
right.
have to condemn that. You have to condemn that.
Hey.
In other words, damn that, to get that out your mind that you the real Jews. You the $1 million idol to these young men out there. You a black man with money and all that. You have to open your mouth and say, don't think that you are an Israelite. Do not think that. What I shared, erase that out of your mind. That movie is BS.
Hey, officer, think about this. In order for them to figure out what was in that, they had to support that movie themselves by watching it. Right? So they're as guilty as he is, if that's the case then. They watched the whole thing to realize that. But it's not about that.
Who?
Whoever said, oh, he's against the anti-Semitic. That means they watched the film. They supported it. That's how you give money, because you watching it. But look, we know why they're against it, though. We know why. Go ahead, officer. You had that scripture.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 21. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Right. So it said they make a man an offender for a word. The brother ain't even say a word, though. He just shared a link, copy and pasted. It was a blue hyperlink on his Twitter.
Man.
You understand? But they made a man an offender. They made him seem as if he was a Nazi.
I didn't do this stuff.
They made this man to be, they made him out to be Adolf Hitler.
Right.
Hey.
You understand? For a link. You can't make this up.
But they make movies about Adolf Hitler. They
Right,
make movies
but-
for people to watch.
Yeah, but No, they saying that he is on Hitler's side. Like he is.
Well, I know.
So it's not. But put it back on the screen.
They crazy, man.
Read.
500,000 donation to anti-hate causes.
The brother already coughed up $500,000 in conjunction with the Nets, adding another $500,000 to that to make it $1 million, and they got rejected because there was no apology / condemnation to go with it. Right?
What the hell is this?
So now you got to come back. You got to spend the bin with another $500,000 to anti-hate causes. Mind you, in Flint, Michigan, water still jacked up. In Jackson, Mississippi, water still jacked up. Our people all over the world, poverty. All these kids need scholarships in our community. You understand? Stuff that he's done before off the street that never got publicized. Mm-hmm. But you want him to give $500,000 to what anti-hate causes? Where they at? What they doing fine people?
To their pocket.
Right.
What
is it going
is
to
this
the
$500,000 towards anti-hate causes gonna be to start banning the evil rap music in our community?
Right.
The mean women that influence our young men to drink. Is that $500,000 gonna be towards banning drill music?
Is it?
And condemning the dead of our people, celebrating the death of our young men, and they getting paid and going viral for it. Is that the anti-hate that he donated to? What anti-hate cause?
Right. Is it going to take the abortion clinics out of our neighborhoods?
Right.
Damn. Is that going to do that? Hell nah.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
Sensitivity training. Anti-Semitic training.
Anti-Semitic. Hold on, y'all. I gotta forward y'all something real quick. I gotta
sensitive. They want. They on some. They on some. This is weak. This don't even make sense. They just adding stuff, and he got to probably give to all of that.
That just said anti-Semitic training. Wow.
Sensitivity. You got to be sensitive to how we feel.
Come on now, dog.
But y'all didn't go through over 500 years of slavery. Y'all didn't go through that. But you talking about sensitivity. Come on now. You can't make this up, man. Go ahead, officer.
I said what they showing is, because I remember it was like, he was like, what did I do that's illegal? What was so illegal about it? He's not thinking about, hey, you still in Isaiah 29? Read verse 15 real quick.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15.
This is what's illegal about what he did in their eyes. Come on.
Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord.
These are the people that have been seeking deep for years on years, over 400 years, to figure out ways to hide this information from the blacks and Hispanics.
Right.
Come on.
And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us?
Their works are in the dark, meaning all this stuff been behind the scenes the whole time. With the sports industry, with the music industry, with the medical industry. They've been doing this the whole time. But they've been seeking to hide that thing in the dark in the background. Come on.
And who knoweth us?
Uh-huh.
Surely you're turning up things upside down.
Yeah, and who knoweth us? So now the problem is Kyrie is making it known that they've been trying to hide these things. And that's what's illegal in their eyes. Because when they said the black man, if they caught us reading, what would they do? They would kill you, right? So he said, I've been doing a lot of reading the past the past year when I was suspended for half the season for not getting vaccinated, and I found this information. And they said, Negro, that's where you messed up at, reading. Right. Give us $1 million and all this other stuff.
All right, so look, I want to deal with the anti-Semitic training real quick. We finna decode that. Show the Semitic definition first. This is wild right here, y'all. This is wild. Put that on the screen. Read that.
Semitic, relating to or denoting a family of languages that includes Hebrew, Arabic, and
Aramaic.
Aramaic. Damn. And certain ancient languages such as Phoenician and Akkadian, constituting the main subgroup of the Afro-Asiatic family.
Of the what?
Afro-Asiatic family.
Afro is talking about Africans, right? So-called blacks. Afro-Asiatic meaning their region from northeastern Africa across the landmass of Asia. That's where the Semitic families dwelt in the earth, right? Moab, Ammon, they come from Shem. That's Asia, right? You got Ishmael, that come from Shem, come from Abraham. He right there in what they call the Middle East, right? And then you got the Africans, the Canaanites, you know, all of us that dwelt, even though they not, whatever, but all of us that dwelt in that region would qualify as Semitic, right? Notice, I want y'all to see that it says Afro-Asiatic, indicating that there are black people that qualify as Semitic. And it's obviously not just talking about one sect or one group of people. It's signifying multiple groups of people or races that qualify as Semitic in that definition. Now, you would think that anti-Semitic means against all of that which was listed in that definition.
Right.
But let's see what anti-Semitic means.
Anti-Semitic, hostile to, or prejudice against Jewish people.
So how does that make sense? It don't. But that goes to show why I said anti-Semitic training. You understand? Why couldn't they give the brother Semitic training so he can know how to not be anti-Semitic in the first place? He can know who are the Semites that he don't need to be, you know what I'm saying? No, we're going to give you anti-Semitic training because that only pertains to the ish people. That only pertains to the, you know, the Holocaust victims. Nobody else. None of the Afro-Asiatic and none of that. Only that group. We're gonna train you not to speak against them. You can say nigga, nigga, bitch, bitch, ho, ho, and all that about your own people. But when it come to them, you gotta be trained to watch your black mouth.
This is how you know they rule the world.
Yep.
They put this is on Google. They put this definition for everybody in the world to see. They made this definition. But it contradicts what the first definition you pulled. Semitic. It don't even add up to that. This is how you know they the devil the Bible speaks of.
And how the hell you gonna tell a grown man that he gotta be trained on how he's supposed to think?
But this is America.
If you want to get back on that court and make millions again, this is what you got to do, nigga.
You ain't got to train on the court. You ain't got to go and work on your jump shot. You got to learn not to speak against the people who own the Brooklyn Nets if you want to play for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep. Go back to the image. It was more stipulations. Put that on the screen.
Meet with AOL Jewish
ADL.
leaders. ADL
The
Jewish leaders.
Anti-Defamation League and Jewish leaders. You got to meet with them. Come on.
Meet with Joe, who was that, Sai, to demonstrate understanding.
Right. So you got to meet with these Jewish powers to be if you want to get on that court again. So, wait a minute. If you want to get on the basketball court again, you got to meet with these Jewish leaders. Think about that. Who is the leader of the NBA?
Sound like it's time for him to retire.
It's showing you, man, who really control that court, man. What you was finna say, officer?
So ADL, right?
Anti-Defamation League.
It's for fighting against hate, right? For good. Why don't have?
No, it was established by the Jewish people in particular to fight against anti-Semitism. It's not about in general.
Right. This is
not
crazy.
About defamation in general.
So it's one-sided.
People defame the hell out of our bishop all the damn time.
Right.
Why can't we, you know what I'm saying? Why they can't advocate for Bishop Nathaniel? All these people make these false allegations, videos, slander.
That's the point, right.
To defame this man and his organization. They can't advocate for us.
They won't. They won't put somebody in the place for it.
It's not about they just need to name it Jewish Anti-Defamation League.
They do.
That's the only people they for.
This is crazy right here.
So go to the next image. So it didn't stop there. It's not just a suspension with Kyrie Irving. It's not just about that. It's something else. It's some more funds he, losing. Put that on the screen.
Nike announces the company is suspending its relationship with Kyrie Irving, effective immediately, and will no longer launch his new Kyrie 8.
All right, so Nike cutting ties with the brother.
Damn.
And that's not, he don't got no stipulations he can do to get that back. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of his livelihood. Taken from him for sharing a link and standing behind it. Not bowing down and saying, not condemning it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he get. That's the treatment that he get. Go to that next image. And this is what Officer Jonah was just saying. Put that on the screen.
They treating Kyrie like a slave that was caught reading.
Exactly. Notice what the brother was saying in the video. I've had a lot of time to read. When y'all didn't let me play because of the vaccine stuff, I had a lot of time to read.
Good and the
I've
bad.
been doing a lot of reading, and that's how I know I cannot be anti-Semitic. Based on what I've read. I've been reading. But guess what then happened? Since he didn't started reading and started speaking on what he been reading.
They're trying to knock his teeth out.
Exactly.
Damn.
Cut his tongue out. You understand? No court for you. No shoes for you. Millions of dollars snatched out of his hands. For real. You can't make this up. That's what we going through as a nation. This is how you know who the real Jews are.
That's right.
For real. Get that in Leviticus chapter 26, man. Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 37, if I'm not mistaken. No power.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 37.
Yep.
And they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword, when none pursueth.
Come on.
And ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
That's this is what Moses said will befall the true Israelites, the true Jews, when they went against God's commandments. Right? He said that you would be in positions where you would have no power to stand against your enemies. He steady saying, I'm going to stand up. I'm standing on this. I'm standing on it. And you losing everything. Right. You ain't got no power to go on that court and shoot the ball, dribble the ball. You understand? You ain't got no power to still release your shoes. Why? Because your enemies got the power over you. And if you're not in compliance with them, they got the power to cut off all of your success, your riches, your notoriety, everything. That's proof that Kyrie is a damn Hebrew to Negro to Hebrew again.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
They can't even sell Kyrie's. The shoes is named after him. They already made. And they said, nah, we ain't releasing these. They showing. That's how we know. That's how you know our people really don't own. You know how we say you go to your enemy in one of all things? If you want a business, this is a perfect example of that. He can't sell Kyrie's without his enemy's support and without their permission.
All right, so look, y'all, we're going to deal with the reality radar real quick, man. Before we dive more into the topic, the truth about Amalek, and we're going to show y'all who Amalek is, too, by the way. We've done it before, but we're going to do it again. But let's go to the reality radar, man. What's going on with Ye? Ye is still in the news, all right? Don't forget about Ye. Ye and Kyrie, cousins right now.
She brothers.
For real. Put that on the screen, man. Zoom in on the top right-hand corner first. All right.
What should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth regardless of the consequences.
Right, because he understands there's going to be consequences behind it. All right, play on.
So I will say this again. I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me a manageable, well-behaved celebrity.
So Ye is revealing that he was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of his mind in order for him to be controlled. He gained enough of his Because we all noticed it when it happened. We like, damn, this man bugged the hell out. We done went in on Ye plenty of times. But this is something that actually happened to him by the hands of a person.
Damn.
So scroll to the left real quick. To the left real quick. It say Ye post message to him from the people he was talking about. This one is his trainer. So it's being revealed that that tweet was about the trainer that he had. And he screenshotted a message from this trainer. Put that, scroll down to the lower right. From Harley. Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit. Up. I mean, down.
Down.
So they can see, all right, this is from Harley. Says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based on fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. So, interesting. So his trainer is basically giving him a choice.
Damn.
Right.
Like, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. You can either sit down, have an open and loving conversation, open and loving conversation, no cuss words, and you stay calm, and it's gonna be based on facts that I deem as facts, and not with your dumb friend. Who is this dumb friend? Man, you ain't got a friend that's telling him who the real Jews are. I wonder who their friend is.
Message.
But scroll down. Second option. It's the hard way. I have you institutionalized again where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever.
Damn, son.
Play date with the kids just won't be the same.
Damn.
This is amazing.
Hey, that's the
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
devil right there.
Amazing. Now, why ain't nobody put him on the damn news?
That's
Hey,
hate, right?
that's a hate.
hate, 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 hate.
That's terroristic threatening.
Right.
a crime.
That's a
That's a
crime.
felony. Scroll up. Let's see. Why would he feel this type of way towards Kanye? Why would he threaten his life, his livelihood? Go up.
And this man
His
get
sanity.
paid by him.
Scroll up. Harley, scroll up a little bit. Harley Pasternak, Canadian personal trainer. So you might think, Canadian now. Okay. Harley Samuel Pasternak is a Canadian-American personal trainer, motivational speaker, author, television host, and spitter. I don't know what that means. Pasternak is known for his books, The Body Reset Diet and the 5-Factor Diet, along with working with many celebrity clients as a personal trainer. So you would think that this guy, he's a celebrity personal trainer. He's trusted by many celebrities, blah, blah, blah. He's from Canada. Okay, go to the next image. Scroll up. So this is bagging up the text that Kanye West screenshotted. Put that on the screen. In 2016, that trainer actually did get Ye sent to the mental hospital. So that threat was not empty. You understand? This time you gonna be back to zombie land forever.
Damn.
Because in 2016 he actually did this. Scroll down. Kanye West hospitalized, handcuffed in ambulance. Kanye West has been taken to UCLA Medical Center for psychiatric evaluation. According to law enforcement sources, cops responded to a call for a welfare check on Kanye around 1:20 p.m. He was at his trainer, Harley Pasternak's home at the time and was acting erratically. So, when you examine a screenshot of what the message that Mr. Harley sent him, he said, I will have you drugged again, have you medicated again, and send you back to that facility again.
Hey.
The original time was 2016 when he was at this man's house.
Think God is not going to hold
So
you
the
guilty
brother
for that?
incriminating himself, showing what was truly behind this incident right here. That man drugged him and then called the police on him. Now scroll up. Scroll up. I mean down. All right, scroll down. All right, look now. Focus on the right hand. It says Harley Pasternak, fitness trainer to the stars. Did I miss a word? I missed the word, y'all.
You missed the word.
Huh? Harley Pasternak, fitness trainer to the stars. That's all he is, right?
Nope.
Is it? Am I missing an adjective?
Amalek.
Amalek.
Harley Pasternak, Jewish fitness trainer to the stars.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Jewish.
You can't make this up.
Jewish. That's why he was so pissed off at Kanye
One more
West.
time,
and
one more
threatening his
time.
life. Nah, I can't.
We
I'm
need
gonna
that
lose
as
my
a
damn
sound bit.
voice.
We need that as a sound bit. Right?
So
Right.
the man is Jewish, y'all. Scroll down. Scroll down. Jessica Simpson, Hilary Duff, Katy Perry, Megan Fox, and Amanda Seyfried all share the same Jewish man, and they're on the record about their order for him. He has sent other celebrities to the mental hospital as well. All right, that's something that he does because when you look into his background, he not really no damn trainer. All right, let's see. Go to the next thing. Go to the link.
He's like that one white dude in the back of all the black churches. Watch him, just making sure they
Hey,
don't
you
say
not
nothing
lying,
dumb
dude.
or do something.
It's like that at Greater Macedonia. It's a random white dude always in the,
He's just way in the back. Yeah, making sure you don't do nothing.
They make it look like he on IT, but really.
Right.
Go to the Twitter link. Yeah. All right. So y'all check this out. It says, I found this of him. He used to be in the military and specialized in drug research. What was the last word on that? Evil human. All right. This is about Harley Pasternak. What the hell is his name? Pasternak, the Jewish Canadian. Play that.
Lucky enough to have him as my graduate advisor, and the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance. And
When you say drugs, are that like performance-enhancing drugs, or are they
all
just,
kinds of drugs?
Right. Okay.
So working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things. So we looked at a drug called modafinil, which was for narcoleptics. So if you give a soldier this drug, how long could they stay awake for without having any health detriment?
Is that used now as one of these brain drugs? I've heard the name before somewhere.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Modafinil, it will keep you awake, but it's not a stimulant.
Really?
So if a special forces person has to stay awake for 3 nights waiting for the right opportunity to do whatever they have to do, we could give them modafinil and it would keep them alert. I did research on a drug called acetazolamide, which is for use at high altitude so you don't get altitude sickness.
All right, so obviously he's not just a personal trainer. This brother has researched the ability to manipulate different drugs and things of that nature and weaponize them, basically. Right? That's basically what the dude's saying. So, like, you know, when you really examine Kanye West, Ye's behavior over the years and the changes, and like just seeing him in interviews and speaking, like, you know how he'll just be like looking blank like a robot or something, like,
Right. Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I could tell like this dude on something. You understand? But you know, he was basically being controlled.
Dang.
He was being controlled. So, hey, give Micah 2 verse 1. This is what we dealing with, bruh, as a nation of people. This is what we dealing with.
This
and
man.
you seeing it that the Lord is using certain figures to expose. Remember what the scriptures say: the wicked shall be revealed. That's what's being, being brought before your very eyes, but it's also being made manifest. The strong delusion. We really gotta read that real quick. The first one I called.
Micah chapter 2 verse 1.
Come on.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning is light, they practice it. So they devise evil on their bed. They think of ways to, control us, to manipulate us, you understand? Right. To demonize us. And in the morning when they wake up, they execute it. They put it into action. The brother used his military experience dealing with drugs and became a personal trainer for celebrities. You see what I'm saying? People that got all this influence, like he has now a link to them in which he can say, yeah, you should take this. And if you take this, this is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? In other words, we're going to make sure you don't do this and you do this if you do this. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
For real.
You're a witch, basically.
Exactly. Now go to 2 Thessalonians 2. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8.
Ties, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Remember what he is.
Hey, I know.
That adjective I kept forgetting.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 8.
Come on.
And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
So the Lord said the wicked is going to be revealed, right? Meaning for ages he's been hidden. You haven't known who the wicked is because he's been under the guise of Jesus.
Message.
He's been under the guise of the Jews.
Message.
You understand? He's been, one nation under God, Republic, Democratic, liberty, justice for all here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And you failing to realize this is the most evil, demonic, human force on the planet Earth.
Message.
God said it's going to be revealed. All right, come on.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Read.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Read.
With all power and signs.
With all what?
Power and signs.
With all what?
Power and signs.
With all power and signs. What else?
And lying wonders.
And what?
Lying wonders.
Let's get one of them lying wonders real quick. Get that in Job chapter 13 and verse 4. So when he says the coming of Satan with power, signs, and lying wonders, it's talking about the nuclear atomic bomb capability that they've been able to showcase on the earth, like they did with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right?
Right.
But also it's going into their science. You understand? Mm-hmm. The things that they're able to do with their science. Wicked as hell.
Damn.
And that goes into what? The drug industry, the pharmaceutical industry. Read that.
Job chapter 13 verse 4.
Come on.
But ye are forgers of lies.
You are what?
Forgers of lies.
Come on.
Ye are all physicians of no value.
Physicians of no value. Trainers of no value. Pharmacists of no value. You understand? That's the lying. That's going into the lying wonders that the Lord going to expose in these last days. Go back to 2 Thessalonians 2. What you finna say?
I was going to get a scripture on that, but you can finish up.
Go ahead.
Can we get Numbers 23:23 real quick? What Esau failed to realize is, though, their medicines and their whatever concoctions they put together to devise this iniquity is not going to work. It's not going to prevail over the truth. When the Lord putting the spirit on somebody to understand that they're Israelite, that we are the real Jews,
right?
None of their potions is going to stop that thing. That's why they like, man, this Negro was malfunctioning. Like you read in the Willie Lynch letter, with the what does it call him? The uncivilized nigger. Read that Numbers 23:23.
Numbers chapter 23 verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. Neither is there any divination against Israel.
So these divinations and these enchantments are not going to work on a brother that understands that he's Israel and that's trying to change his life. Is that it on that?
according to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought.
That's all I wanted on that.
All right, go back to 2 Thessalonians 2. In verse 9 again.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9.
Come on.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness
Come on.
in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion.
Right. So he's been able to deceive the masses with our deceivableness of unrighteousness, right? Meaning the 1948 Balfour Declaration. You understand? Christianity, the religion of Christianity, the doctrines of Christianity. You understand? In other words, sin, lies, falsehood. With all deceivableness of unrighteousness, our people have fell into that. And for that reason, the Lord has sent forth a what?
Strong delusion.
A strong delusion. When you're delusional, something can be right in front of you, and you don't realize it. You understand? You lost in the sauce. Your mind is basically, you like on Get Out, the little tapping on a coffee cup.
Right.
You understand? Remember them cartoons? How, you know, they'll have like the clock going back and forth, and they'll show somebody being hypnotized or whatever. That's God sent that upon our people. That's why all of this stuff is happening, and they failing to realize that it's proving what these celebrities are saying is actually true. They are in control. They are doing this and doing that because they're doing it. You understand?
Exactly.
They said they're causing these things to come to pass. Why is he being fined all this money? Why is he being suspended? Why is he losing $4 billion in 24 hours? Why is this happening to these men? Because they spoke against this particular group of people. But you so delusional, you'll rather believe them and run with the narrative that no, them niggas is just crazy. Them niggas is the ones that hate us. They ain't suffering no type of damages or, you know what I'm saying? No harm is being done to them. They inflicting all of this financial harm on these men and also to their image. All the slander, everything, destroying these men's image. Nothing has happened to them but only getting richer. You understand?
Right.
But they have been able to convince you that no, they're the victims and your brothers are the evil ones. The ones speaking hate and listening to hate groups.
Hey.
Hold on, keep reading.
That they should believe a lie.
That they should believe a what?
A lie.
That you should believe it. Ain't no way all this information coming out and you still fail to realize who the synagogue of Satan is.
Right.
You understand? Damn, did I just say the S word? Did I just say synagogue? Now, just think about that. The fact that I just said that word could get us banned.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real. But they should believe a lie. Come on.
That they all might be damned who believe not the truth.
Who believe not the truth. Believe it or not, Ye is telling the truth. That's why his life is being threatened. Kyrie is telling the truth. That's why he's losing everything he got. But our people still don't believe it. Yeah, I mean, you got to be delusional. You got to be delusional not to realize what the hell is going on. All right? But I'll pray to the Most High. Look, y'all, that's the reality radar.
Right.
All right? So don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to dig into the topic. You understand? We're going to dig into the topic, the truth about Amalek in basketball. All right? We're going to show y'all who Amalek is. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back with more on Let's Talk Truth.
Look into my eyes, tell me what you see. I will be fulfilling every prophecy.
so gotta pay for his atrocities. Murdering and killing all the kings of my families. God got my back, ain't no stopping me. We the judges of the earth, you a wannabe. Repented of my sins, now it's God in me. They gon' see the beams in my eyes, no hypocrisy. For all these damn years, I was your slave. You don't get no credit, but you gotta pay. Wanna bump your lips? I'ma cut them out. I put them in your hands, I make you watch your mouth. This is what you get for disintegrate. When disintegrate with your head, you disintegrate. Wicked Babylon, make disintegrate. Christ invaded V4, miss a piece of cake.
Piece of cake need to taste, the vengeance is sweet. You gon' be bitter and try to be friends for peace. After I sold you when you told me how to cook your meat. Next is a mouthful of blood from the raw beef. Castrating, doing the same thing he did to me. I'm making you knock like when you lose your keys. What's your name, boy? Oh, you ain't trying to speak? Rip my rudder eye and then waste it away, you see. The side he saw reminds him where he used to be. A carcass mountain made from his family tree. He trying to make me fall in sin with all that smooth talk. The only time I backslide is when I moonwalk. In the kingdom, no escaping if you break the law. I'm hitting up the fifth rib, no Isaiah 4. You sodomite kids, you try to explain the queer. Not even transparent's gon' make it clear. Me a go call me plantation damnation, cause I straight pay back on this damnation. Most I declare the end from creation. In a the God of vision, me put me salvation.
I had dreams of pushing the Maybach. Big money, Cuban links and make stacks. I'm finding out my history from slavery and way back. So it's only right I give you the whips and chains back. No bail for a fugitive, word is bond. It's 2020, so it's clear to see the vagabond. Who's the real Jews? It's a face-off. Iconoclasm, take his face off. I ain't talking clothing line, but this right here, the true religion. Came from the chosen line, my mind is focused on a mission. I ain't never make a dime off the plantation field, but still generating profits in my Levi jeans. You gave me mad labor, I just do it like night. Worn out like all Adidas, I got scars from the stripes. You gotta pay with your life, I ain't showing no pardon. I'm here to collect debt and it ain't no bargain.
Me a go call me plantation damnation, cause I straight pay back on this damnation. Most I declare the end from creation. In a the God of vision, me put me salvation. Me a no hold for me to exhort. Fi thinking you stand a chance, you too late gone. Head crop on the floor like a few eggs fall. We are the real Jews, fool who are the bootleg farm. Cause when no time to feed them a go horrify. Them think them come feed, me make them solar pride. You gonna eat your faces, fi keep you alive. Try to kill himself because them food was on the suicide.
It's past 10:30, we in the fourth quarter. When it strike 12, time of your hands is getting shorter. Bruce Wayne can't save the day cause it's a dark night. No turning back the hands of time, I'm putting out your lights. We raising the bars like it's a workout. 5 G's hit the street to push the work out. YouTube and Viacom trying to shut us out. Via communication, send the hitters out. ADL been getting busy with the tricks. Fake Jews operate the mouth of the dragon. Thought you heard us, but that was a little nick. Many bodies getting hit when I fire this cannon. I leaped in a battle, that was my longest jump. I came to pull cars, I'm ready to dump. I am honored a victory over bodies slumped. Somebody tell Donald that I'm the real Trump.
Me a go call me plantation damnation, cause I straight pay back on this damnation. Most I declare the end from creation. In a the God of vision, me put me salvation.
All right, y'all. So look, y'all, we finna get into the topic, man. The topic for the day, the truth about Amalek and basketball. So obviously the reason for the season is Kyrie Irving, as y'all can see. So why is it titled Amalek? And we're, obviously Kyrie is being, the media would say penalized by the victims of his anti-Semitism, the so-called Jews. But Kyrie is the actual victim of the attack by the fake Jews. All right?
Right.
So we gonna prove who Amalek is according to the Bible. All right, let's start with 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. Hey, IT, get some images of Alexander the Great. All right. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
Right, so historically it was a transfer of power right around, I think, 323 BC or some around there. The Persian and Median Empire was in rulership, right, for about 200 and something years. And Daniel prophesied as well as, Daniel. Daniel, basically, the main prophet that prophesied the coming of a kingdom after the Persian and Mede, right? Which he referred to as the goat, the rough goat. All right. Or what else? What was the other term? Leopard for Greece?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Daniel prophesied that that nation would rise up after the Persian and Median Empire, right? Or they would conquer them. And Alexander the Greek, or what they teach us in school, Alexander the Great, fulfilled their prophecy. And it's recorded and documented in First Maccabees, which is in the Apocrypha, which is in the original King James 1611 Bible, right? That history is documented right there. All right, read it one more time.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Right, so it says that Alexander the Greek was a Macedonian. Put them on the screen real quick. Some images of Alexander the Greek. All right. He's not the Japhet Greek. They was dark skinned. This is not the Japhet Greek. We're gonna show y'all what Greek he was. Keep going. Is it more images? Come on, how y'all gonna show a damn bronze image? Come on, y'all.
Yeah, man. What y'all doing?
I mean, it's obviously a white man, but I mean, come on now, dog. Alexander the Great, bruh. It can't be a Google search. Can't be that hard. All right. Put them on the screen. This is Alexander the Greek, with history in school taught us Alexander the Great. The Bible says that he was a Macedonian. All right. It's heavy because the so-called Macedonians, which come from somewhere else, were a part of the infiltration of the Persian and Median Empire. All right, but anyway, and we're gonna touch on that for a second. Let's deal with Esther chapter 16 about this guy, his forefather, Alexander the Greek, or the Macedonian's forefather. Esther 16, I believe, is verse 10.
Esther chapter 16, verse 10. For Ammon, a Macedonian.
A what?
A Macedonian.
A what?
Macedonian.
So Ammon was a Macedonian, or Haman, right? If you're familiar with the book of Esther, he was the villain.
Right.
All right, come on.
The son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood.
Right. He wasn't a Persian, but he was a key component of their empire at the time. Come on.
And far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us.
All right, go to Esther chapter 3. So it says Haman was a Macedonian. Esther chapter 3. I want the verse where it say he was an enemy of the Jews. Esther chapter 3. Read verse 1.
Esther chapter 3 and verse 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Amadatha.
Right, so it's the same Haman that we just read about in chapter 16, the additions to Esther, right? Read on.
The Agagite.
The what?
Agagite.
The what?
Agagite.
Come on.
And advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. So it says that Haman, the Macedonian, right, that was within the Persian Empire, but not a Persian. He was an Agagite, meaning the descendant of Agag. Who is Agag now? Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 15. 1 Samuel chapter 15, read verse 1.
1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1.
Come on.
Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord.
Come on.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
That who?
Amalek did to Israel.
I remember what Amalek did to Israel. Come on.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek.
So the Lord gave the commandment to Saul through Samuel to go and smite Amalek, right? Read verse 8.
Verse 8. And he took Agag, the king.
But that's crazy because that shows that the Lord is not, his thoughts are above our thoughts.
Right.
Human logic doesn't apply to the Lord's judgment. Humans say that like slavery, that's a thing of the past, right? We didn't do that, our forefathers did. You understand? You didn't go through slavery, your forefathers did, right? But right here, we're reading that the Lord told Samuel to go and destroy Amalek based on what they did generations ago, hundreds of years ago in the wilderness. Read that again, verse 3.
Verse 3. Now
read verse 2. Start at verse 2. I want y'all to, because we breaking it down who is Amalek, but we want y'all to meditate on some things in the meantime. All right, read.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 2.
Come on.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel.
Come on.
How he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
So here it is, hundreds of years later, after we done came up out of Egypt. And the Lord said, based on what they did to you when you came out of Egypt, go and kill they men, they women, they babies,
right?
Everything they got. So you don't think. All right, read verse 8, my bad.
Verse 8.
Come on.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites.
The king of who?
The Amalekites.
Right, so Agag was the king of the Amalekites. Right? Agag was a royal lineage that came from Amalek. Now, who is Amalek? Go to Genesis chapter 36. So, mind you, when you read the scriptures and you read about Israel, Jacob, Israel was not solely comprised of the Jews. What do I mean by that? The Jews was in reference to the kingdom of Judah, right? Who joined with the tribe of Judah, Benjamin and the Levites, because the northern kingdom, the rest of the tribes, had to do away with it. Well, they didn't have to, but they did away with the priesthood for the sake of their idolatry, and the Levites had to resort to the kingdom of Judah. So the Jews ended up being comprised of the tribe of Benjamin, the tribe of Judah, and the tribe of Levi. All right, so you had two separate kingdoms throughout the history of the nation of Israel. And the point of me saying that, you will see scriptures where it says the house of Judah and the house of Israel, right? But Judah is Israel. Judah is a tribe of Israel, but it's a distinction. It's a, you know what I'm saying? Judah is Judah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Amalek. Esau is a nation, you understand, but Amalek is a particular, you could say, tribe
right.
of the Edomites that stick out more than the others in the scriptures. All right, read that. Genesis 36 and verse 12.
The book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 12.
Come on.
And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Right. So Amalek was Esau's grandson, right? Esau had a son, Eliphaz. Eliphaz had Amalek. Amalek was the forefather of the Amalekites, from which came the Agagites, from which came the Macedonians, in the time of the Persian and Medes, transcending into the times of the Greeks. That was Alexander the Greek's nationality. He was a Macedonian / Agagite / Amalekite. He was Amalek. All right? So now, let's see what happened during the time of the Greeks as well. Get 1 Maccabees chapter 13 and verse 53. So if you know anything about the Maccabees or the Hasmonean dynasty, that was the Jews that opposed the Greek oppression during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, right? And their successors. It's documented in the scriptures, this man, it doesn't go into him and his life, but it shows his birth where it acknowledges, who he was, where he came from. Read that real quick.
1 Maccabees chapter 13, verse 53.
Come on.
And when Simon saw that John, his son, was a valiant man, he made him captain of all the hosts and dwelt in Gazara.
So Simon was one of the sons of Mattathias, right? So after the fall of his brother, Judas Maccabees, he took the reins. But as you can see, he saw, just like how Mattathias saw in Judas Maccabees, right? He saw that his son John was a mighty man, and he made them the captain over the people. John went on to be the leader of the Hasmonean dynasty. You know him as John Hyrcanus. Put that on the screen. Let's see what he did. Now, mind you, this is a real Jew and Israelite. He was a black man at a priestly lineage. All right? Read that.
John Hyrcanus. John Hyrcanus, born 175 BC, died 104 BC. High priest and ruler of the Jewish nation from 135/134 to 104 BC. Under his reign, the Hasmonean kingdom of Judah in ancient Palestine attained power and great prosperity. And the Pharisees, a scholarly sect with popular backing, and the Sadducees, an aristocratic sect that compromised the priesthood, became well-defined religious parties. Hyrcanus was the youngest son of Simon Maccabees, and thus a member of the Hasmonean dynasty, so called after an ancestor named Hasmoneus. In 137 BC, he and his brother Judas commanded the force that heroically repelled the invasion of Judea led by Sendebeus, the general of the Syrian king Antiochus, the seventh, Sadades. In 135, Hyrcanus' brother-in-law, Ptolemy, the governor of Jericho, assassinated Hyrcanus' father and two elder brothers. Hyrcanus then succeeded to the high priesthood and the supreme authority in Judea. The remainder of Hyrcanus' reign was marked by his efforts to punish his enemies, ward off the Syrians, and enlarge Judea's boundaries. Although he struggled in vain to destroy Ptolemy, he successfully thwarted Syrian incursions by alliance with Rome.
By what?
Alliance with Rome.
Right. So this was basically what led into the downfall of the Hasmonean dynasty ultimately, right? Because when you read the book of the Maccabees, we was doing our damn thing, fighting off the so-called white man, Alexander, his descendants and whatnot, or the people that he left in charge after he died, the Seleucid dynasty. We was kicking their ass, but we wanted to team up with Rome, all right? And what did we do? And conquered?
And conquered the unfriendly neighboring territories of Samaria and Idumea, Edom.
And what?
Idumea, Edom.
And what?
Idumea, Edom.
Right, Idumea is Edom. Esau, remember who we just read about in Genesis 36.
Message.
The forefather of Eliphaz, who was the father of Amalek, right? So he conquered Idumea. Go ahead.
He forced Idumea to convert to Judaism.
What did he do?
He forced Idumea to convert to Judaism. The first example of conversion imposed by the Jews in their history.
Right. So
right.
This large group of, get that in Luke 1 and 5. This large group of people during the time of that Greek time or whatever that converted to the Jews were the Idumeans. You understand? In other words, the people that came from Alexander the Greek's lineage, they were the ones that John Hyrcanus forced to convert to Judaism. Meaning they was not Jews by blood.
Right.
They was converted by force. They was converts. That's how you got this right here. Eventually, down the line, read that. Luke 1 and 5.
Luke chapter 1 verse 5.
Come on.
That was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea.
The what?
King of Judea.
So Herod became the king of Judea. Can we get Herod in the Zondervan real quick?
Yes, sir.
Let's see who he was. Herod
that's crazy
became
as
the
heck,
king
man.
of Judea. He became the ruler of Judea.
Dang, should have wiped him out when we had the chance, man.
Yeah, man.
Should have wiped him out.
Read.
Herod, 4 BC through 34 AD. Best of the Herods. Herod Agrippa I, grandson of Herod the Great, tetrarch of Galilee, king of Palestine, AD 41 through 44. Killed James the apostle, Acts 12, 1 through 23. Number 6, Herod Agrippa II, king of territory of Galilee, AD 53 through 70. Paul appeared before him, Acts 25, 13 through 26 and 32.
You sound like you started at 5 and 6.
Yeah, I did. All right, the correct Herod. Idumean rulers of
There
Palestine.
we go. Oh, Brandon, that's all we wanted right there. Read again.
Come
Start
on now,
over.
dog.
Start over. Come on.
Herod, Idumean rulers of Palestine.
That's what we wanted right there. So Herod was an Idumean, an Edomite, an Amalekite. And they became the rulers over our people. He became the king of Judea. And that's what led to the Herodian dynasty. A group of white men that said that they were Jews. Give me that in Revelation 2. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. So John Hyrcanus was our forefather, and he did the bad deed of converting these damn,
John must have been Saul, man.
Huh?
He must have been Saul.
I don't know. Because it don't tell about, in the Bible, in the Maccabees, it don't carry on with telling his story and why he did what he did. We just know historically what he ended up doing after his father, appointed him to reigns to, succeed him. However, it led to the so-called Herods being kings over our people and pretending to be used.
Us.
Yeah, the J word. Read that.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 9.
Come on.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
Right. So I know the poverty and tribulation of the real Jews. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are what?
And are not.
And are not.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
But they're the synagogue of Satan. In other words, just like how the Israelites are the temple of God, the vessels of God. You understand our body is his temple. Their body is Satan's synagogue.
Right.
You understand? They're the synagogue of Satan. Thus saith the Lord. They say they Jews.
They do.
You understand? They say that they God chosen people, but they're not by blood. It's by conversion. You understand? And they've done, watch this, get Exodus 17 about the war from generation to generation. It's embedded in them to be a certain way. Although they were converted, to be Jews, they could never be Jews. You understand?
Ain't no way.
They have a perpetual hatred boiling within them towards the true children of Israel. That's why you see these things happening. That's why the people that, and we can prove all of this, this is not anti-Semitic talk at all, right? You have people that descend from, you know, the Holocaust people, right? Those same people, their forefathers insured slave ships.
Right.
You understand? Those people, you have a lot of them who are executives over these labels that promote murder,
right,
drug usage, prostitution amongst our people. And it has caused a skyrocketing rate of murders, diseases, abortions. All these things have a domino effect upon the black community and who's benefiting from it, as well as enforcing it and causing it to happen. This particular community that say that they are Jews. So read that. Exodus 17. Go
chapter
ahead.
17, verse 16.
Come on.
For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
So it's a spiritual thing. You got to understand, when you think about who the Lord has war with, you automatically think the devil. So if it said that the Lord have sworn that he would have Amalek, war with Amalek from generation to generation, that's showing you who the synagogue of Satan is right there.
That's right.
You understand? It's showing you who the Lord got war with, y'all. The devil. Yeah, you're right. But the Bible call him Amalek.
Who the devil then?
The people that say they are Jews.
And they can't say it's just in the Old Testament because he said from generation
to generation.
And they can't. You know how they try to say God didn't forgive Esau. That's the one he had no repentance for. This tells you generation to generation, meaning his kids and his kids' kids.
Exactly. So now,
for real though.
So now let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Put up that first thing. Put up the images real quick.
Hey, this go to show you the Bible is not just a book of. Our people think it's. What do they think it is? A book of Dungeons and Dragons.
It's a history book,
It's
bro.
a history book, and it's a prophecy book as well. That's why I say he wrote the end from the beginning. It's no coincidence that they are attacking our brother.
Right.
This is all.
Oh, my bad. It's the
strong
Charlemagne
delusion.
video. So look, it's funny. I want to show before we deal with those people in basketball for a second. I just want to show some hypocrisy from these celebrities real quick. Before it's still dealing with Amalek, y'all. All right, we still dealing with the so-called Jews. But before we get to the basketball aspect, I want to show a couple of these clips real quick. Play that. It should have sound on the tab.
You know, no, I don't think so. And I know a lot of people who suffer from mental health issues who don't maneuver like that. And also, you're a multi-billionaire. If you know you have mental health issues, go get help. Simple as that. Like,
well, his trainer,
right,
Harvey,
tried to kill him.
You understand? He might have tried to get help from him and got the opposite. You understand?
Hey,
that he is a large reason why Kanye does have a little different thing about him than when he was a normal person. You understand? You could tell something had messed with his brain a little bit. But he still got sense. The Spirit of God restored him to a level where he has the comprehension to understand who we are and how to get that across in his, in his way of doing so. You understand? But the reason why his mental health is damaged is because of the help that he was supposed to have in his Jewish personal trainer. All right? But play on, though.
Like if you got access to every single resource available, go get help. But once again, that doesn't give you the right to be a bigot. You know, I'm sure there was a lot of Nazis with mental health issues. You know, that don't excuse, you know, them being Nazis. And you know, if you attack black people and Jewish people within the span of a week, then you are indeed a Nazi to me. You know, so I don't, you know, it's bigotry is bigotry.
Is that right, Charlamagne? Is that how you feel? You consistent with that? Well, let's take a look for those of you who don't know, and let's see what Charlamagne has.
Now, mind you, Kanye West, he explained how he's jealous of the Jews and how they able to do this and do that or whatever. And he made claims that they are in control of this and this and that. They run this, they run that. And he actually got a video like proving it, like showing a chart of who owned what.
Right.
But, you know, whatever. Nobody proved them wrong. They just said, no, let's take this and that's about it. But, mind you, for these comments, he is being called a Nazi by his own brother. Let's see what this same brother said out of his own black mouth. Play that video.
I have to say, just a few years ago,
Black people, we don't have no power. No matter what we do, we can all click up. We don't have no organization that holds any weight. NAACP don't hold no weight. We don't have no organization that holds no weight. You can't speak bad about a Jewish person because they have organizations and they're a close-knit group of people in power who will bring you down. Same thing with gays. You can't say nothing bad about gays because they move as a unit. Black people don't have that.
I mean, if you do a racist comment about black people, there are repercussions.
When?
You don't just walk away from that.
Who? Give me an example.
I mean, Kramer.
That's because he was white. And nothing really bad happened to him. You know why nothing bad happened to him?
I never really heard from him again.
I think because he got so rich that he was just cool.
Like Jews don't go out and try to recruit people into the religion like, certain Christians and Muslims and stuff.
I'll be honest with you, I don't even feel comfortable talking about this. I'm sweating right now. There's certain things I don't like to talk about, and I love Jewish people, but they're powerful. I don't want them to misconstrue anything I'm saying or take anything I'm saying the wrong way. So I would much rather not even have this conversation. I have a lot of great Jewish people in my corner. I have a Jewish conglomerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know why there's not a lot of Jewish rappers? Because there's Jewish owners and Jewish CEOs. They run these labels.
Hey!
Bosses.
Hey! Wait a minute now. What'd you say, Jonah? Hey!
Charlamagne?
Yeah, so this sounds very much similar to Kanye's statement. Now, he's saying it with the, with his ass cheek spread wide open. Like, hey now, I love y'all. but when you read between the lines, he's saying, I know y'all dangerous.
I know.
Y'all can get anybody touched. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying.
I'm on your side.
I don't want no problems. I got a Jewish conglomerate. I love y'all.
Right.
For real, I love y'all dirty draws. But I'm just saying, we know about y'all. We know y'all bossed up out here. All right, go back about 10 seconds. Go back about 10 seconds.
Jewish conglomerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know why there's not a lot of Jewish rappers? Because there's Jewish owners and Jewish CEOs. They run these labels. They're the bosses. That's why I'm uncomfortable.
What did Kanye say? He said, "Happy Kwanzaa to all the artists and
Happy Hanukkah to all the label execs." It's the truth. They run the business.
That sounds a lot.
All right. So there you have it. Hypocrisy at its finest. The man that called Kanye West a Nazi for saying what he says something that highly resembles what Kanye West said.
Right.
Out of his own mouth. These people They run everything. They CEOs. They bosses. And I gotta watch what I say and how I say it about them, cause
They might shut us down.
nah, they might do
Take
something
it.
to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. So let's go to the next one now. Let's go to the next hypocrite.
Hey, the next coon.
Who's next?
Super
Oh,
cool.
come
right
on,
here,
man.
boy.
Capital Coon himself.
First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion. If you're going to insult me, you have the right, but I have the right to say, no, you're not going to take my $40 million and insult my religion. I think the NBA, they made a mistake. We have suspended people and fined people who have made homophobic slurs, and that was the right thing to do. I think if you insult the black community, you should be suspended or fined heavily, depending. I saw they did the same thing to the kid in Minnesota this year when he made the gay slur. I think you should get suspended or fined. I think him acknowledging the Alex Jones thing should have happened with that too, because that dude's crazy. And I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot. I think Adam should have suspended him.
So the brother,
first of all, Adam's
he
Jewish.
called him an idiot.
You can't.
He said that he should have been suspended. I can't believe the NBA dropped the ball on that. He done said some more stuff too. There's just a brief little short
Right.
of what he said, speaking out against Kyrie based on his sharing of a link and defending his stance on sharing a link. But because this is the whole thing. And you got more coons like Amari Stoudemire. Well, let me refrain from speaking on him. But Jalen Rose, Shaquille O'Neal. I think it was mainly Shaquille O'Neal who honed in on the point. You know, when you are when you have this status of a star athlete, you have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility
I think he did.
for everything that you do. You understand? Now, let's see this brother right here who just said what he just said about Kyrie. Play that.
The volume on the down under.
I can't believe that we ain't talking about that. We're talking about this idiot.
This was one of the ugliest moments in NBA history. And one of the game's biggest stars spit on a little girl.
Damn.
I am not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court. Parents should be role models.
But when you're somebody as great as basketball like him, people gonna listen to you what you say.
Wow.
I can't believe
you can't make this up.
We-
You can't make this up. It wasn't like just no statement. This man made a whole commercial with lighting and cameramen and editing. This man made a whole commercial. I am not a role model.
Right.
I do not get paid to be a role model. I get paid to wreak havoc on the court. I'm a damn circus monkey.
Right.
You understand? That's what I am. Don't come to me. The parents need to be role models, not me. And then gonna sit up there and say, when you a ball player, you go.
Yeah.
Your Proverbs 11 and 9, man. Our people, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
They upside down, man.
Our people gotta wake the hell up, man. Our people got to wake the hell up. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 9. And hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor.
That's what you see going on right now with Charlemagne the God, Charlemagne the punk.
Right.
Oh, let me, don't report that. Charlemagne the God and Charles Barkley. You understand? Read that again.
And hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor.
Both of these brothers, Charlemagne had said stuff some of the same stuff that he condemning Ye for saying. Charles Barkley is condemning Kyrie for doing really something way less of magnitude than what he done. You understand? Read that again.
And hypocrite with his mouth destroyed his neighbor.
Come on.
But through knowledge shall the just be delivered.
Right. So if they hold the line and they stick to their guns and they grow in the knowledge of who they are and what's required of them and who the true Messiah is and etc., then they going to be delivered. You understand? But the hypocrite with his mouth destroy his own brother. That's what they doing. That's what these black nigga media coons is doing. Let me put up an image real quick, man. Let me find it. Y'all talk real quick.
Hey, let me get a scripture while you looking for that. Since we in Proverbs, let me get chapter 12, verse 19.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 19. The lip of truth shall be established forever.
That's what these dummies don't know. They the idiots because the Bible said the lips of the truth shall be established forever. The problem is that what Kyrie and what Kanye and them is saying is the truth. And this can be proved in the Bible. But they've been pushing these lies for so long, but they don't understand that. Read it again.
The lip of truth shall be established forever.
That's what God said. Read.
But a lying tongue is but for a moment.
So all them brothers got to do is just hold fast to what they got. Just don't give in. You know what I'm saying? Don't fold, because the lies and stuff that's gonna be their portion for a while. But at the end, God's word will stand, and they will have a victory if they just hold fast to what they got.
Hey, put up that image real quick. Put up that image I just sent to the IT page. Yeah, this what you see, man.
That's what it is.
Sheesh.
Damn.
That's what you see,
Look
right
at Stephen
there.
Smith.
Damn.
I wish we play the clip. Kyrie is Toby. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Apologize. No, I'm not an anti-Semitic. 500,000. It was just a tweet. 5-game suspension.
I'm not anti-Semitic.
I just been reading. Give me a Nike shoe, nigga. And who the taskmaster? Who actually lashing the whip?
Charles Barkley.
His own brothers, man. Barkley, Stephen A.
Damn.
His ignorant ass. For real. For real, that's what's going on. That's what you see. These hypocrites trying to front line for the slave master, man. You ain't never seen them go this hard for their own people.
It's despicable.
It's crazy the amount of time these analysts put into talking about their own people. You speaking on another man's life every day. What else do we expect from these brothers, man?
Hey, I'll pray to the Most High. So look, we finna take another quick break real quick. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. Before we end the show, we want some brothers and sisters to call in. All right? Get off of this so we can... Look, the number is right there, 833-878-7234, extension 7. 833-878-7234, extension 7. Make sure y'all call in, all right, and chime in on this topic, man. We got to talk truth, all right? So don't go nowhere. We're going to be right back. And when we come back, we need some callers on hold. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
We're going to be right back with more on
Let's Talk Truth.
Gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some more hearted soul in the motherland. Pray Uncle Sam get choked, no recovering. Cherry and they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game on they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. New time about to hit them with the cold case. How could you the man die outside when he chose me? I'm the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing.
Let's go. Jeremiah 28 verse 8. I'ma prophesy till I get the gates. Not removed to a corner no more. Cause we in they face. We with the Lord, give a damn what you say. My people dying to death every day. Looking for justice, causing the ruckus. And we burn it down, let them know we don't play and our enemies slain. Bleed like the blood of the grape. Beat the system down to a fraction. Then we take them to the lake. Come from the table, nah. Man, we want the whole plate. No just balance, they gon' feel the weight. Pray for their death, it's a part of my faith. Cause
I done seen a popo, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland. Pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry, they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game on they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing.
Bigger than big, oppression the game, I must be the squid. Red light, green light, where they shoot a brother down under street lights. This golden city don't pity no brown skin. The sight that I see is astounding. All this blood of the chosen make earth cry. So blatant I see with my first eye. I pray at my worst till I burst. I can't just what you want. The birth of a minister, mind of a chemist, the spirit of Christ, not the Pope. This ain't that Kimmy, this ain't no religion. I'm feeling like Moses and Job. Skin black, my kin back in the nation we from, we know. But we know that this nation gon' blow. We ready to go.
I done seen a popo, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland. Pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry, they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game on they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing.
I can see the telltale sign that you don't come in peace. Horse plotting on the sons of the priest. No matter how you hide and connive, you'll be laden with lies. You're nothing more than a red beast. Minding the time you're alive, cause your rulership is nothing but a lease. Check the timepiece, when the owner come back, he gon' be the centerpiece. He gon' gather up the chosen and take us to the east. If you wanna side with the devil, you a kunite. Tell your boy to get up, cause it's about to be a good fight. He better tune up all the weapons that he's ever had in his lifetimes, cause he about to lose it all in one night. I done had enough of all the cooning and buffooning. They the reason why the nation don't be moving up as fast as it could be. I love it when the whole world overlooks me, cause that's one last chance it could've took me.
I done seen a popo, gun a man down, get bail, come home to 100 grand. Some all-hearted soul in the motherland. Pray Uncle Sam, get choked, no recovering. Cherry, they got him running like he's son again. 10,000 on my right, stretched out like rubber bands. I do not understand why we keep playing this game on they underhand.
Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing. Give a damn about you, what the Lord say. No time about to hit him with the cold case. How could you demand outside when he chose me? I'ma run the attacks for the whole thing.
Welcome back, welcome back. All praise to the Most High God, man. So look, y'all. As y'all can see, man, you know, it's this conspiracy, you know, against God's true chosen people continues to climb. Now, I do want to mention that that the movie that Kyrie tweeted, which he has been since forced to take down, and they're trying to force him to condemn it or whatever, has became the #1 movie on Amazon Prime.
Right.
And the title, No Cap.
Mm-hmm.
No Cap. And alternate versions and sequels is like
2, 3, 4,
3,
5,
5, 7, 8. So at the end of the day, get Proverbs 21, verse 30. At the end of the day, it's all of the Lord. You understand? And I want to give all glory to the Most High. He know what he doing.
That's right.
For real. You know what I'm saying? At this point, the damage is done. For real. People getting marked the hell up. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 30. There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord.
Y'all see that? So you could try to say it's anti-Semitism, it's hate, the movie is evil, it's false. You understand? You could say, you could try to make them condemn it, all of that. But you cannot do nothing against the Lord. You
Right.
cannot do nothing against this movement. Get that in Matthew 16 about the gates of hell. It's nothing that you can do against his truth. Period. At the end of the day, he bringing the people to the what's this say? You bring the people to the water or something like that. You can't make them drink. You're bringing the horses to the water. When you watch the documentary, yes, it's stuff that's false in there. It's stuff that's off as hell in there. I ain't gonna lie. However, it's a lot of things in that documentary that's irrefutable. It's undeniable. You understand? All they got to do is watch it, and the sermon and understanding and knowledge will show that the truth that is in the movie is proof that the blacks in America are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? The true Hebrews. So read that real quick.
The book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 18.
Come on.
And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter.
Read.
And upon this rock I will build my church. And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
And I want to say this too. When Christ said, I will build my church, it's not talking about the churches you see on the corners and when you're on the highway with the big cross and all that. That's not what he's talking about. The word church translates to assembly or a nation. When you read Acts the 7th chapter, he referred to the nation of Israel in the wilderness as the church. Church is not some little building somewhere that they praise and worship and catch the Holy Ghost. The church is the nation of Israel according to the Bible. God says, I'm going to build the true nation of Israel, the ones that repent and follow the Messiah, and there will be nothing that the gates of hell, meaning the leaders of your captivity, there will be nothing that they can do about it. Get that in 2 Corinthians 13 and 8 real quick. 2 Corinthians 13 and verse 8.
2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 8.
Come on.
For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. For we are glad when we are weak.
So it says that we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. At the end of the day, it's nothing that you can do against it, nothing that you can do to stop it. And your evil attempts to stop it, you only going to bring more attention to it. You only going to bring more horses to the water. And them that are his sheep going to hear his voice. They going to hearken, they going to repent despite your attempts to mislead them. You understand? It is what it is. You can't fight prophecy. Your arm's too short to box with God.
That's right.
That's right.
Real talk. You was finna say something? Oh, yeah. Do we got a call on the line? All right. All praise to the Most High. All praises. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, shalom, shalom, Mosiah Christ bless, Brother Peter James out of Chicago, Camp.
All praises. Shalom, bruh.
Shalom, sir.
What you got for us?
Oh, man, just tuning in. This week been crazy. Nah, you know what, though? It's actually just been showing a lot. You know, our people really don't. They really want to stay underneath Amalek so bad, which is sad because those are the same people that'll go and talk highly on Black Lives Matter. We need to get together, but they do exactly what the scriptures say in Psalms 50, verse 20 and 21.
Right. We can read that real quick.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 20, 21. Verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Then these things.
55 and 20 and 22.
55 and what?
55 and 20 through 21.
Oh, okay. 55. Psalm chapter 55. 20, he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Go ahead, bro.
You want me, sir?
Bring it out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're just looking at Kyrie and Ye. You know, they coming out telling you the truth. They're not doing anything. But you got Amalek. I'm just gonna say Amalek for the sake of the show. They're going back on their words like they always do. Like there ain't nothing changed with these people. The fact that the truth is seeking out even more. You know, they scared. They really scared, and they see these people that our people look up to, the Charles Barkleys or the Shaqs or whoever they may use to silence and dumb it down and talk negative about our brothers when they not doing nothing at all. They got their little royalty check and they afraid. They behind the cameras. And they knowing, okay, if I speak up on this is gonna be me. I'm gonna be the laughing stock. I'm gonna be used as an example. But in their heart, they know it's true. And excuse me. So that's what we're seeing right now. And I'm glad that you have those two men right now, as of right now, coming out using a platform to spread this message, this gospel. As limited as they can. They're using a platform regardless of the repercussions. So all praise to the Most High.
Hey, all praise to the Most High God. You finna say something?
You know what all this make me think of? Y'all ever see on them TV shows? I hope y'all follow me on this. So maybe this gonna show my age. It'll have the real person, and then it'll have like a alternate duplicate of them that took over their body, tied them up, and hit them in the back, and then they go out and they portray themselves as this person. What we're seeing now is that person who was hit in the back, tied up in ropes, they breaking out trying to say, this person trying to steal my identity. But this person who's changed into them already got the hearts of everybody else. So it's like a reverse psychology thing.
Right. So. Damn, it's heavy. And did we have another caller? Or that was it? All right, all praise to the Most High.
Yes, sir.
So let's pull up them images real quick. Pull up them images real quick. So the Jews, the so-called Jews, they have a history in basketball. No, you know what? Before we show that, get the.
Let's see.
Pull up the David Stern real quick.
Well, can I read Job then? Let's read Job. Job 9:24. Well, you gonna get that?
No, go
okay,
ahead.
let's read that.
The book of Job.
It's gonna go into it, but like this is proof right here, what we seeing, and that's why we can't. It's certain words that we can't say because we know who rules the world, the media, everything. Watch this.
Job chapter 9 verse 21.
Right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The Bible says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, meaning he got his hands in everything. This person has their hands in everything, and we've been showing you, but we're gonna prove it more. Keep going.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof,
and he covering it. That's why Ye and Kyrie can't say certain things, or they said it and he's shutting it down. He's trying to cover up something. But we prove it today. We are the real people. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. All right? Go ahead, sir.
All right. Read that. David Stern. David Joel. David.
Go
ahead.
David Joel Stern, September 22nd, 1942 through January 1st, 2020, was an American lawyer and business executive who was the commissioner of the National Basketball Association from 1984 to 2014.
Jump down to the next paragraph.
Stern started with.
I was gonna say, look how long that was, though. Oh, he's gonna say it. Go ahead. He's gonna read.
Stern started with the NBA in 1966 as an outside counsel, then joined the NBA in 1978 as general counsel, and became the league's executive vice president in 1980. He became commissioner in 1984, succeeding Larry O'Brien.
Right. So the brother has a long history in the league, the NBA. You understand? And he started as an outside counsel, whatever that means. All right. Well, scroll down.
30 years.
And the commissioner, by the way, that's the top dog. All right. He ran the NBA for 30 years.
Make the laws.
Scroll down. Early life. This is what we want right here.
David Stern was born in Manhattan, New York City, one of 3 children of Anna Nee Bronstein, 1918 to 1990, and William Stern, a Jewish family.
Hold on, wait. Hey.
Don't do that.
Say that. It's to a family. No, to a family.
A family.
To a family. You cannot include that adjective.
You cannot.
When you're talking about people in power, you can't do it.
Who rules the world?
Anti-bullshit medic. I mean, Smetic.
Right.
All right?
Bullshit medic.
Remember this, that wicked.
You get off of that. Now go to his successor real quick. What's his name? Little head ass. Adam Silver.
Head look silver, ball headed ass. Adam leukemia, what you say? Oh.
All right.
Damn.
Adam Silver, born April 25th, 1962, is an American lawyer and sports executive who serves as the 5th and current commissioner.
So he was a lawyer.
Yeah. Listen, man, y'all might not want to get these dudes.
Come on.
Of the National Basketball Association. He joined the NBA in 1992 and has held various positions within the league, becoming chief operating officer,
COO,
and deputy commissioner under his predecessor and mentor, David Stern, in 2006.
So this brother also got a long history in the league. Let's scroll down. Let's see somebody him early life.
Commissioner. Right.
Silver was born into an American family.
There you go. That good boy.
Oh, okay.
Good boy. We don't want to include that adjective right there. You know what I'm saying?
Soundbite.
You know. Read it again.
Silver was born into a American family.
A what?
American family.
No, would it say the whole thing?
A Jewish.
Hey, what you doing? No! You can't say that.
Come on, man.
It's over with. It's over with. We're done.
So these, just dealing with these, because it go deeper than that. You understand? But from these 2 men alone, literally, for the last 50 years,
Right.
they have literally ran the NBA. You understand? The people who the Lord said He gonna have war with from generation to generation. They the slave masters. You understand? What you was finna say?
They set laws. They lawyers. So they set laws. Remember, they changed the NBA totally. Went from, you can't express your the way you dress. You know, Allen Iverson got shut down. So now they transition to you can't do nothing, nigga. You can't even be you got to be a basketball player and that's it. Nothing else.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people don't realize what them contracts say. Like when they get drafted, it's stuff in that contract about what you can say in the media, how often you have to talk to the media. You realize Kyrie is only answering these questions because he is forced to. That's why he will get fined more and more money if he don't answer these questions.
Head dog talk to him.
Hey, go to pull up the images now. So let's see when his history started. Jewish ties to the league.
Ties to the league, you mean?
Put that on the screen. What I say? Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm tripping. Nah, 1929. During the Great Depression.
29, yeah.
So as you can see, you see a Jewish basketball team looking about GA. But anyway.
Wait!
Put the next image on the screen.
Sodomite. Hey, the one at the front looked like Alexander the Great. Alexander the Greek.
Right.
Damn.
So it was during the Great Depression when certain leagues and all that started to decline. This is when you still had the Negro League. All right? And we're going to read about how they, the Jewish, how Amalek in the Negro League got in cahoots or whatever. We're going to read about the birth of that, or the conception of that, right? But that's when these people stepped in and started to put their hands
They said we
in
just
what we now know as the NBA. All right, but pull up Abe Saperstein.
They said we gonna own it, man. We can't play. We just gonna own the teams.
Their children are in the back now, in the box office,
Yeah.
owning the teams.
Yay! They still happy.
Hey, y'all remember that thing came out with the
Nasty
Clippers
looking.
owner a couple, like 2013? Y'all remember that? These
who?
niggers need to go out there.
Oh
and
yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
basketball.
Mm-hmm. They talked about him too.
I'm reading Abraham Saperstein.
Damn, we need to find that real quick. But now go ahead though.
Abraham Michael Saperstein was the founder, owner, and earliest coach of the Harlem Globetrotters. Saperstein was a leading figure in black basketball and baseball from the 1920s through 1950s, primarily before those sports were racially integrated. Saperstein revolutionized the game of basketball and took the Globetrotters from an unknown team touring small farm towns in the Midwestern United States during the height of the Great Depression to a powerhouse that went on to beat the best team in the all-white National Basketball Association.
All right, so I want y'all to realize something. Harlem Globetrotters was not based out of Harlem. Y'all know that, right? All right, so look, scroll down. Scroll down. Early life.
Saperstein was born in the East End of London, England, to a family originally from Lamza, Poland.
To a what?
To a family originally from Lamza, Poland.
To a not was it a black? Is he a nigga or what? Where is he?
To a Jewish.
Hey, stop! What are you doing?
Please don't.
Bro, get his ass
Come
out
on,
of here.
man.
You gotta go, bro.
He can't keep saying that word. What's wrong with him?
Stay in your lane.
Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
His family moved from London to Chicago in 1907. When Abe was 5 years old, they settled just north of the city's Jewish area, often called the Poor Jews Quarter because of the many struggling immigrants living there.
Right. See, now,
Man.
well, black people, they going to say ghetto when the definition is a poor Jewish quarter, but they going to put poor Jewish quarter right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, man, go ahead, man. Keep reading. But he was allegedly from the ghetto.
Saperstein's father, Luis, who had been an apprentice tailor in Poland, saw an ad for a tailor on Chicago's north side in predominantly German, Irish, Swedish neighborhood. The ad warned, no Jews allowed, so Luis changed his surname to more German-sounding Schneider, which is German for tailor. After buying the business from the owner several years later, Luis dropped the facade and changed the name of the store to Louis Saperstein's Tailor Shop.
All right, that's enough of that. Scroll down. The point is we wanted to show where he came from. All right? Scroll down. All right, hold on. Scroll back up a little bit. Saperstein eventually. Yeah.
Saperstein eventually landed a position working for the Chicago Park District as a playground supervisor at Wells Park on Chicago's north side. There, after hours of watching kids playing basketball, he decided to create his own team, the Chicago Reds. The Chicago Reds were a semi-pro lightweight, 135-pound limit basketball team, and Saperstein played point guard.
So you see that? They had pound limits like boxing
Right.
back in the day. All right, scroll down. Harlem Globetrotters career.
Saperstein went on to become booking agent for several basketball teams as well, until branching out in the late 1920s to form his own team with some of the members of the Savoy Big Five.
Mind you, all of this is taking place in the north side of Chicago. All right, read.
He called the team the New York Harlem Globetrotters. Although Saperstein's team had nothing to do with Harlem, they wouldn't play there until 1968.
You wouldn't have had no idea. He did not. It ain't had nothing to do with New York and Harlem, but it's going to explain why he named them that.
Damn.
Keep going.
He chose the name to indicate that the players were black, as Harlem was the epicenter of African American culture.
Damn!
The Harlem Renaissance.
Go ahead.
Many of the towns where the Globetrotters played in their first few years were all white, and Saperstein didn't want other teams or spectators to be surprised that his team was black.
Right. So he named them that so people can know when they come into town, they know it's some niggas.
Right.
They was not from Harlem at all. Never seen Harlem a day in their life. Go ahead.
The Globetrotters played their first game in Hinckley, Illinois, The team netted a grand total of $8, which was split evenly between the 6 members of the team, including Sepperstein. Over the next several years,
Yeah, sure.
in the midst of the Great Depression, Sepperstein served as the team's coach, driver, booking agent, PR director, and occasional substitute player. When a player was injured in 1926 game, for example, Sepperstein substituted into the game, prompting the Winona, Minnesota News to report 4 clean-limbed young colored men and a squat bandy-leg chap of Jewish extraction styled the Harlem Globetrotters.
You see the difference? See, that's the difference between us and them. That's the difference between a real Jew and a convert. 4 clean-limbed young colored men. In other words, some fine, athletic, you know what I'm saying?
They was ripped.
Yeah.
Ready.
In a squat, bandy-leg, ugly,
hairy all over,
white boy. You understand? Damn. That say he is a Jew.
Damn.
All right, keep going.
Styled, the Harlem Globetrotters beat the Arcadia Military Police 29-18. During the early seasons, the Globetrotters needed to play every night just to make ends meet. Because the team often netted less than $50 a night, accommodations on the road were sparse and hotels often wouldn't allow blacks.
Scroll down to where it says something about the Negro League. Hold on. Scroll down. Hold on, scroll back up a little bit. Read that, and even bigger.
An even bigger achievement came a few years later in the 1948 Globetrotters-Lakers game, when the Globetrotters defeated the Minneapolis Lakers, the best team in the all-white NBA, a league that had been formed 2 years earlier. The stars of the Lakers was 6'10" George McCann, nicknamed Mr. Basketball. Despite the Lakers' significant height advantage, the team's billing as the best basketball team.
Mind you, they had a 135-pound limit. You understand? We not capping when we say we run the fastest, we jump the highest.
Right.
You understand? When we turn sugar, we make sugar out of what? 130. These some scrawny Negroes.
Little dudes. Little.
And beat the best team in the all-white NBA. They start playing with them. They're 7 feet tall.
Man.
You can't
Come
make
on now,
this
dog.
up, man.
Nicknamed Mr. Basketball.
Getting dunked on.
Got cooked out there.
Really, nigga?
Keep reading.
Significant height advantage in the team's billing as the best basketball team in the country. The underdog Globetrotters won the game 61-59. Thanks to a dramatic long shot at the buzzer by Globetrotter Irma Robinson. Afterward, in the locker room, the players hoisted Sapperstein's triumphantly on their shoulders. The Globetrotters-Lakers game had been taken amid a sharp racial divide in sports. Many fans and team owners believed that black athletes weren't coachable or smart enough to learn complicated plays and lacked the competitive fire necessary for premier athletes. The victory, which was just shy of the Globetrotters' 3,000th victory in 21 seasons, proved that none of this was true and that African-American players had the skill and ability to play in the professional league.
So, in other words, this so-called Jewish man right here is contributed to the merging or the integration of Negroes into the NBA. Go ahead.
In 1950, within 2 years of the Globetrotters-Lakers game, the NBA integrated Chuck Cooper, who had been a Globetrotter briefly, became the first black player to sign a contract with the NBA. Another 2 of the first NBA players also were Globetrotters, Nat Sweetwater Clifton and Hank Dezzoni.
Go ahead.
Also, in 1950, the Globetrotters played the first game in Madison Square Garden, marking the first time the venue sold out for a basketball game. Following these successes, interest in the Globetrotters grew, and Sapperstein created 2 more teams in the United States, as well as international squad. The Globetrotters have now played in more than 123 countries and territories across the planet.
I'll never forget that Scooby-Doo episode. That was my favorite cartoon, by the way. Where they had the Globetrotters. The Globetrotters always been a famous squad. You understand? Always. And it started with who? A so-called you know who. All right?
Message.
Hey, now it's a circus show of black
Exactly.
people.
That's the point. Go ahead.
Even after the NBA integrated, top black players continued to play for the Globetrotters. In 1958, Wilt Chamberlain joined the Globetrotters for a year before going to the NBA and becoming the most dominant player. In a 1999 interview, Wilt Chamberlain said, "The fraternity of the Globetrotters was one of the most rewarding times of my life. I almost did not go into the NBA.
Right. So in other words, the Globetrotters, that team, and they them competing against the Lakers is what broke the door down for Negroes to start being signed to the NBA, right? And that was led by the Jewish man Abraham Saperstein. All right. So now before this, pull up that link I just put up. So before this,
It's a book now, and Kyrie, do not share this.
So this was a book. Read that.
When basketball was Jewish.
So it was a point in time around the time of the Great Depression where you had poor Jewish kids that was the face of basketball. Scroll down. Scroll down. Read that. Zoom in. There you go.
About the book. In the 2015-16 NBA season, the Jewish presence in the league was largely confined to Adam Silver, the commissioner.
That's not a small mention.
Right.
He the top dog of the damn NBA. But just skip the basketball, however.
However, where we at?
The next sentence.
Oh, David.
Basketball. Right there.
Oh, gotcha. Basketball, however, was once referred to as a Jewish sport.
Until the real Jews started dominating and made it a world-renowned sport.
Yes, sir. Shortly after the game was invented at the end of the 19th century, it spread throughout the country and became particularly popular among Jewish immigrant children in northeastern cities because it could easily be played in an urban setting. Hey, I'll just make a comment. You notice that this is in northeastern cities.
Yeah.
So Kyrie is doing this in the worst place in America.
Right.
Being Brooklyn, that is. Let's see.
Facts. Facts.
Be played.
Many of
basketball's early stars were Jewish, including Sheikh Gotthoffer, Sonny Hertzberg, Nat Holman, Red Klotz, Dolph Shiaz, Mo Spahn, and Max Zalowski.
Never heard of these guys.
Blood clots.
Never heard of these guys.
Bunch of bubble clots.
Red clots.
Scroll down. You read that in oral history.
In this oral history collection, Douglas Stark chronicles Jewish basketball throughout the 20th century, focusing on 1900s to 1960.
Read.
As told by the prominent voices of 20 people who played, coached, and refereed it. These conversations shed light on what it means to be a Jew and on how the game evolved from its humble origins to the sport enjoyed worldwide by billions of fans today. The game's development, changes in style, rise in popularity, national emergence after World War II are narrated by men reliving their youth. When basketball was a game, they played for the love of it.
Right. So in other words, Jews, the so-called Jewish people, carried basketball to a point of transcending from the players that were garbage and couldn't take the sports nowhere on the entertainment level and started being the coaches and owners and all of that managers of the black athletes, breaking down the door for them to get into the NBA, and then took over the NBA. Because remember, David Stern was what they call him, outside something. In 1966.
Consultant or something.
Yeah, outside counsel in 1966, and then became the commissioner by 1984. So they brought the blacks to the NBA, and then once the blacks started bringing all the national notoriety to the NBA and started bringing all the cash in, the Jews just went on and took over the NBA. You understand? So there you have it. That's why you can't be a professional athlete, especially in the NBA. In the NFL, too. But you see the spotlight being shined on Kyrie. So you can't be a professional athlete and speak against them because you got to pay him. Would none of this be possible without us?
Exactly.
Nigga, you are property. Yep. You understand? So it's extreme, it's heavy ties between the so-called Jews in the NBA. In other words, they the master to their plantation.
Right.
Remember, Charles said they give him $40 million.
Right, right, exactly. You ain't finna take my $40 million.
Right. But
he was speaking as Adam Silver,
right?
The Jew. You can't take my 40 million
They give you
and speak against my people.
Hey,
literally.
They'll show you who the boss.
Yep.
Exactly.
Show you who.
Meanwhile, he breaking getting his ankles broke, breaking his back, sweating all this hard slavery to make them not 40 million, to make them hundreds of millions, billions of dollars off of his name.
That's crazy. When Kareem got drafted in the 60s, it became Muslim. When none of the commissioners, David Stern, they had no issue.
Exactly.
Brothers speak about them Jews. It's a problem.
Exactly.
Hey, they got these players so brainwashed now, though, bruh. Like, they'll play for a few years and get the bag, but then they so brainwashed to where all I want is that ring. I want that, what they give them? A damn trophy. Right. And you know what I'm saying? While they making billions of dollars off of they run them down the court, they want to play for a damn
Now,
ring.
you know what that is? You get the ring, you get the chance to go to the White House.
Damn.
The nigga get in the house. The nigga in the house now, you get the ring, you get the advance.
You know what this show as well? Y'all know how we always talk about how was it that one slave master could take hundreds of black slaves on a boat when they're stronger? This is proof that if the black players had sense of the history of this league, they know that it's nothing without them. If anything, they could band together and make their own league and turn it into something much more special than what Adam Silver is confining them to be a part of. They make this league, but it's a spiritual bondage.
Big facts right there.
Yep. Get that real quick in First Maccabees, man.
What?
And we're going to close out. Remember, this is Amalek that we are actually dealing with in the book of the Maccabees. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
This is Amalek. And there's proof this goes right with the history, the Jews in basketball, and eventually not passing the torch, but putting the real talent on the court, but becoming the people that reap all the benefits from it. Mm-hmm. You understand? First Maccabees 1 and 11.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Come on.
In those days, when they're out of Israel, wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us."
A covenant or a contract. So this land backing off what Officer Jonah was just bringing out, right? Our people would rather go their route and deal with them. When we make the league, we the prominent stars. We the reason why it is what it is today because of our talent.
Right.
But they have the power. You understand? So we go and make a contract with them. Come on.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Come on.
So this device
that's going into what you were saying. We don't want to leave Master side. We don't want to step out on a limb and put our funds together and invest in our own league.
Right.
You understand? I miss Adam Silver. You understand? I miss the Jews. I miss being up under them.
I miss you,
Come
Master.
on.
So this
The
device
so-called Jews
pleased them
Converts.
well.
Come on.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise.
They built the what?
A place of exercise.
What they do when they assimilated with Amalek?
They built a place of exercise.
They built a place of exercise. What that's called, y'all? Gymnasium.
Gymnos.
Come on.
At Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
According to whose customs?
The customs of the heathen.
It's not our forefathers' thing.
Right.
Read on.
And made themselves uncircumcised.
Come on.
And forsook the holy covenant.
Read.
And joined themselves to the heathen. And was sold to do mischief.
And was what?
Sold to do mischief.
That's why you see Charles Barkley doing what he doing. Who else? Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, Jalen Rose, all these Stephen A. Smith, all these coons are sold to speak against their own people. They getting a check cut. You understand? To do that in the name of basketball. You understand the customs of the heathen. This is no new thing in the earth, y'all. We already done been through this rodeo with Amalek. For real. It is nothing but a cycle. Go ahead.
You cannot make this stuff up. This is history. This is plain. The Bible just showed. This is the Holy Bible we're reading. It's showing you that black people didn't start really doing this stuff until it was time to make a show for the so-called white man.
Exactly.
It's the same thing today. We're entertainers, quote unquote, putting on a show, being coons, because we know that there's a feeling of security trusting them because, hey, Mr. White Man put food on the table for me. Mr. White Man, if I break my leg, he the one that's gonna put a cast on it. He's the one that's gonna do this. So if we leave him, what if we have sorrow and misery? I'm good. I'd rather stay on the titty.
Hey,
Same
they
thing.
Samuel L. Jackson and Django. That's who they are.
Exactly.
Who that nigga on that line? What that nigga doing different? Why he different?
That's how they treat.
Why he
Kyrie
moving different? Damn.
Willie Lynch.
All praise to the Most High. And then you see how they, in the book of Maccabees, when you had Negroes standing up for what they believed in, what did they do? They put them in there. They made them a public example. Crucified them in front of everybody and challenged other people to, y'all see this, right? Man, there's so much history in this book and this rodeo that we have with Amalek, y'all. It highly resembles what's going on with Ye and Kyrie right now. With Eleazar, they was
Exactly.
like,
I was just thinking that.
You know what I'm saying? The 7 sons. Oh man, I'm telling you, this a heavy book, y'all.
I thought you was gonna bring that out too.
Yeah.
Hey, he saw the devil, man. Because the thing is,
But let me get this. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
I'll say all this is in the scriptures, but what they did was, and this is why they so mad at Kyrie, because this was their whole purpose of taking the book of Maccabees out of the Bible. They took it out so that the real Jews would never read this and see like, oh, hold on, this is us. This is what Kyrie been reading.
Hey, like you said, the post we said, Kyrie, he learned how to read, bro. He said, I've been studying.
All right, get 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Just the spirit, like the point that Officer Hezekiah made earlier, dealing with Ye and Kyrie, the spirit they must build up within themselves and lay hold to and be steadfast in order to not become the next castrated celebrity in the media for speaking out saying that we the real Jews. All right, 2 Maccabees 6, verse 28.
2 Maccabees chapter
Start at
6
27.
and verse 27. Wherefore, now manfully, changing this life.
Right, that's what you see happening with Kyrie and Ye. Come on.
I will show myself such as one, as mine age required, and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And
so that's what we pray that these brothers realize that they have got themselves into. You have stepped into a realm that is going to put you in danger of your life. You see the brother receiving threats on his life from his personal trainer. You understand? You play with me, I'm going to send you in a zombie land forever. I know the military. I know what it'll take to wreck your brain to where you can function as an individual, but under our full control. You understand? Why do you think that's happening? Because he's exposing that the wicked is being revealed, and the true children of Israel are being made manifest. You understand? But when that's taking place, you have to be willing to die for that. You understand? And you got to stand on what you believe. You being an example right now. Believe it or not. And if you fall, if you fold, you're that type of example. You understand?
Exactly.
You're the example they want you to be. So be the example that the Lord wants you to be, all right? So I'll pray to the Most High. Y'all got anything else?
That was on point, sir.
All right, y'all. So we need y'all to like, share, subscribe, run them likes up, run them comments up. Share it on all your platforms, all right? What you finna say? What you say?
Hey, make sure y'all get the Booster Club ad too. But go ahead.
All right, I'll pray to the Lord. All right, so one thing I need y'all to do real quick too. Pull up. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
As y'all see, it's only two sides of the coin. That's what we're showing you in the scriptures. It's two sides to the coin. You got the side of Satan, which is Amalek and his minions, which is also some of you Negroes that follow his policies and philosophies, the mark of the beast. And you got this side. The brother's trying to jump over to this other side. But you see it's a spiritual war. Spiritual wickedness in high places. You got what you needed also.
Yeah, real quick. Pull this, finna press the send button right now. That's what I need everybody to do. I need y'all to go to SoundCloud. Put that on the screen real quick. Go to SoundCloud. We finna play it for y'all. Go to SoundCloud and type in Area 144. That's the artist name. And Kyrie. This song right there presented to you by way of IUIC Arkansas.
Right.
Us. Understand?
Right. Yeah.
We got a new track out there, man. I'm telling you, them boys, they spitting.
Yes,
them boys
sir.
spitting on there, man, you know. So we need everybody to stop what you're doing, go on SoundCloud, go and like that song, and copy and paste that song on your social media, all right? We finna play it for y'all just so y'all can know what quality of song y'all finna share. You feel me? All right, but look, y'all, like, share, subscribe. Y'all got the Booster Club ad real quick to support the prophets. All right, so be a part of something great. Donate to the Booster Club via PayPal. It's IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org. Once again, that's IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org via PayPal. All right, be a part of something great. Building your nation, restoring the true 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's
so-called
right.
blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not the converts, all right? We Jew by blood, not conversion, all right? So I'll pray to the Most High. Lord's willing, y'all see us next week with more on Let's Talk Truth.
They say Ye crazy. They say Kyrie crazy. 2S. Real Jew and I can prove it. Real Jew and I. Blacks and Hispanics, this for you and I. Huh? Real Jew and I can prove it. Chosen, not recruited. Not the average human, they might label me a mutant. When you speak the truth, the Jewish media polluted. Making silence a canon, but the prophets can't be muted. We undisputed. Prophecy can't be refuted. Great mysteries, we break them down and make them lucid. Wake them up from snoozing, but they paint us as a nuisance. Long as they pulling strings, the trauma gon' be acoustic. Illusion of inclusion, rebellion and confusion. Mix it all together and you got a strong delusion. That's why Charles Barkin, Shackton, a fool and Coonin. A couple stars talking, got a panicking and fuming. Make room for the real priests, we know what we doing. Truly battle tested with the oracles, we fluent. Disciple means student, must study to be rooted. Better get with the movement or be noodles when them nukes hit. Bow! Real Jew by blood. Real Jew by blood, man. How the hell can I be anti-Semitic when Christ look just like me, dog? Stop playing with me. Jacob's kingdom's on the way. It ain't a single act of the following. Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, better acknowledge it. Real Jews back in the building, backed by the sun. We be black unto the ground like historically black colleges. Jim Dropper, glorious, we like the warriors. Consultation with the elders, speak with the oracles. This God talk, this that high level of consciousness. Common sense tell you blood and my fathers come with some consequence. The recompense of your nonsense equates to this. Revelation 13 for you and all your accomplices. We about to abide in this. Imagine it, a kingdom with a